Rave Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is Rants and Raves with Gary.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett, and joining me on this episode is Chaz Porter from FSR. First of all, how are you? How has the, resting after ISC gone?
Well, I don't know about resting. I reside in the Boston area, and we've got quite a bit of snow. As a matter of fact, we had a full-blown blizzard on Monday, so I've been shoveling and running snow blowers and all of that. But it's nice to be back, and nice to see you again. We had a great time in Barcelona, and
We did.
a lot of good meetings and acquaintances and business, and it was a whirlwind, but what a great show.
What a great show, really. And honestly, you guys were busy the whole time, literally up until the show closed, because that was like the one time I had a chance to come over and talk to you. I was like, oh my God, I can get into the booth now. Great. But let's talk about you guys and your company, because ISC is all about like the big and shiny things, of course, like the cameras, the displays, the AI features, all of that. But you guys are kind of where the first touch point is in a meeting, the user's first interaction with a room, and it is often plugging something in. Tell me about how that shapes the entire perception of the space.
Sure. I frequently people ask me what FSR does, and I jokingly respond that I am a audio-visual plumbing supply house because we do all the behind-the-scene things. You know, when you go in a room, you see a lot of brand names on the displays, on the control systems, amplifiers and such if you get that far into the system, but we're totally behind the scenes. And I like to say that we're where the architect meets the audiovisual integrator, because we're those connection points and storage points for all that equipment. And we're really need to blend the AV experience into the room from the equipment side, not necessarily displays and the visual and audio representations that you hear there. And as far as connection points, one of our big pushes this year and real focus, we developed a line of retractors, and we just revamped them, and you and I spoke about them in Barcelona, our new Cable Pilot product that is made to go alongside these Teams room controllers like the Logitech Tap and Max Hub and Crestron. A lot of other manufacturers make them. But the challenge that they face is, how do you make that connection between that controller and when someone wants to bring in their own laptop and their own device? And that's where we come in to play with our retractor family. So we're a little bit all over the installation of an
Yeah, but
AV.
in a good way. Like in this world of BYOD that we're definitely probably going to stay in forever now, native Teams rooms, and like there's obviously constantly shifting workflows here between native and BYOD. Like, how has that role of physical connectivity kind of changed? And do you think we're really designing for permanence anymore in the meeting room?
Well, it's funny. I did a tour back in December and met with a number of integrators, and we had this discussion. And there was a time that they really designed room for a 5 to 10 year usage. And now they're pulling that back to saying, well, it's really 3 to 5 years. So what we focus on is we want to put infrastructure pieces into your installation that allow you to change as the technology changes and update things like our floor boxes and our wall boxes, and even our retractors can be updated and changed quite easily to stay with the current technologies.
When infrastructure is not done correctly, where do you see organizations actually feeling that pain? Like are we seeing support tickets,
Well,
security issues? Like, yeah, like what are we seeing?
the first place it hits them is in the wallet, unfortunately,
Right.
because, we need a, a lot of the technologies going wireless, but there is still a lot of devices out there that require wire, whether a video connection, a network connection, even power. To move those connection points is extremely expensive. So, as you indicated, forward thinking and looking ahead as you design your room, that's a big consideration because it costs a lot of dollars on the back end if it's not done correctly.
And what does a well-designed infrastructure layer say about how an organization views collaboration?
Well, I think it's key as we see more and more collaborative spaces put out there. I think it's just it it really speaks to the forward looking of the technologist that's putting that room together. It's really key.
Absolutely. And what does like poor infrastructure signal?
Oh, it signals it signals somebody who didn't put a lot of thought into their system and somebody who's going to have an expensive time of it in the future.
They're gonna have some bad days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you brought up the cable pilot solution for Teams rooms, and we talked about that at ISE. This kind of seems like you mentioned it's designed specifically for that like last mile of the meeting room experience. What problem were you solving that existing room designs were not addressing?
So one of the challenges, I think those team room controller manufacturers put a lot of thought into it, and they did make that consideration. Hey, we need a local input if somebody wants to bring in a laptop or such, and they want to add it to the meeting. The challenge that they face is you've done all this great work, you've got this very expensive conference table, now you have a USB-C or an HDMI cable draped across the floor, across the table. It doesn't do much for the aesthetics of the room, and as we all know, cables have a tendency to grow legs and disappear, and when you have somebody in to do a presentation and there's no cable, it's embarrassing, it's expensive, time is money. So putting something like a cable pilot in there is really key to having an effective and an efficient meeting.
Absolutely. And kind of stepping back again, as meeting spaces are becoming more software driven, like we're seeing now, is physical infrastructure then becoming more critical than ever?
Absolutely, because I think what we're seeing out there, as more of this, as you said, is software driven, you still need the ability to connect to the outside world, to connect to the internet. And if those connection points aren't readily available, it adds to downtime, it adds to the inefficiency of the meeting. So again, having the proper infrastructure is critical. Whether it's software based or hardware based, it's really an important key to the AV installation.
And if you had one piece of advice that you would give to an integrator who is currently working in this space, what would it be?
Well, just remember there's two sides to every installation. It's not just about that hardware delivery system that you look at. There's the behind the scenes that really has to be thought out, and that's the key to the installation, and that can really save you and your end customer a lot of money and a lot of time in the future.
Amazing. Well, Chaz, thank you so much for your time. The last question I'm going to ask you is very easy. Where can people find more information on FSR?
You can reach me at www.fsrinc.com. That's our website. My direct email, and I'm always welcome to anybody reaching out to me, is very complicated. Chaz, C-H-A-Z, at fsrinc.com. And we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn at FSR Inc.
Amazing. Chaz, thank you so much. I appreciate you hopping on to Rants and Raves with me. And I hope you have a great weekend and you stay warm.
That I will. Thank you, Steph. Great to see you.
All right, everyone. This has been another episode of Rants and Raves. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we'll see you next time.
Rave Radio. With Rants and Raves, you'll